Okay, and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Old World, in a Rome run. While I was away on break, Twitch chat had some questions. So I was going around looking for culture levels of the cities. So you can see here that Rome is legendary culture. This is the 4th culture level. In theory, it could still level up. Like, you get, like, legendary... Right now it's legendary 1. You can go, like, legendary 2, legendary 3, so on and so forth. Each additional one just raises the victory point stat. For extra stat, right? So legendary is qualitatively is the best it gets. And you just have extra points of victory on that. Some of the buildings we're building, the urban buildings, require a certain culture level in the city to build. So back in the past, we were building garrisons. Garrisons, you can only build one level 1 garrison in a city. That only requires weak. If you're developing, you can, in theory, in the case of the garrisons, you can build the level 2 version of the garrison, which is the stronghold. Or if you had a judge, you could technically upgrade the level 1 to level 2. The libraries that we're trying to build are required developing. So they're basically one step higher. Most of the urban buildings have 3 tiers to them. So you can either build the building 3 times, which case you'd be building the better one each time. Or you can build one, and then if you have a judge governor, I don't think the governor is... This is a hero chip. So this one would not be an example of a judge. But the judges... Find one. There's a judge. Here, we could, in theory, instead of building more urban buildings to get the higher tier ones, we can actually upgrade the older tier ones. It's one of the judge's effects, I believe. I think it's the judge. That has that effect. Might be the builder. Oh, there it is. As leader, can switch laws, can upgrade improvements. So the judge can upgrade improvements. But yeah, so for our quest here, we need to build 3 universities. To build a university, you need the 4th culture level, which is legendary, or higher. Technically, legendary 2, legendary 3, so it would count as well. A lot of our cities are developing. I think the newest ones we've taken over. Yeah, the newest ones we've taken over are still weak, which is the 1st culture level. If you get 100 culture, they go from weak to developing. I can grab an example of developing here. I'm not sure if that's 500 more or 400 more, then they go from developing to strong. And then if you get them over to 2,000, they go up to legendary. Yeah, starts over. So yeah, we want to get these up to legendary. At least get 2 of them up to legendary. 2 more of them up to legendary, so we can build the 3 universities. So Pompeii is probably, as one of our older cities, probably a good candidate to try to make legendary. So we probably need more culture here if we can get it. Odon is probably the way to do it. If we can get the urban adjacency, building that out into the sand isn't a terrible plan. But of course we can't urbanize on sand. So what's going on there? Alright, it's going to tell me... Requires habitable land, desert is not habitable. Okay. I think I can drain the march. If I really need to the urban there. Let's build the on there so we can get some more science going there, or more culture going there. Oh, I want you to be the monastery. There. Another way we can get culture I suppose festivals. Each festival here provides one culture additional turn. Also, I do think we want to be boosting happiness here, so this would help us get the discontent down faster. So unless I want another Jewish disciple here... actually, I do want another Jewish disciple. Maybe Jewish disciple instead. Twitch is asking, what's the difference between upgrading and building? So you can always build buildings if you meet the requirements. So, for example, in the case of garrisons, strongholds, and citadels, which we've got all of in the capital, for example, you can only build one garrison, one stronghold, one citadel, and each one takes up a hex. If we wanted to, we could have, in theory, had built just the garrison, and when we met the requirements to build the stronghold, we had a judge governor. We could upgrade the garrison to the stronghold without having to build the stronghold on different hex. And now that would open up the spot. So the city's limited to having one of each of these at any given time, for example. Right? So that would open up the spot in theory to build the garrison someplace else. It also saves you tiles. So eventually you're going to hit the point where you're going to basically be plastering all of your territory over with stuff. So there may be a point where you're constrained with space. So upgrading saves space if you want the higher tier stuff, but you don't want to have to build multiple hexes of the same thing. That tends to come into effect a lot sometimes with, say, the ranges and the barracks, I think, still have upgrades. Oh, no, they don't. That comes into effect when you've got stuff where you want, like, one of it instead. You want, like, the one best version of it instead of multiple, right? I haven't necessarily been taking the best advantage of that, right? We maybe don't need, say, cold baths, warm baths, hot baths, right? Maybe we could just gone straight to try to upgrade straight to, say, the hot baths, which are the best. Saving some space if we wanted to. We got some spare orders. Do we want to spend these on anything? Spend on a trade mission. Let's not have the tech for alliance. Or maybe it's not showing because the person I'm trying to get an alliance with has an alliance. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's going on. There's no make alliance here because they're running a national alliance. Fair enough. Okay, diplomat. Go start a trade mission with Syria. Heir apparent. You're 21. Let's I don't have the civics. Okay, so we can't send you abroad to marry. We are married. Okay. Okay, I think that's where we're going to go for the turn, so let's end the turn. Oh, interesting. The game does not... Well, apparently the game is pulling enough resources that we get frame drop during these end turns. Which is fine, we're just waiting for the thing to process, so you're not missing very much visually. The royal third in line has died. Foreign patriarch is now the head of Christianity. Queen is ill. Nomus, the commander, has always had a dream to see his son, Duke Tiberius, on the throne. Did not live to see it, but he did set the wheels in motion. He's amassed a significant proportion of personal fortune and now earmarked to the Roman treasury on one simple condition. Duke Tiberius is to be named heir to the throne. The 22-year-old prince will not be happy, but is good for Rome, or make Duke Tiberius disappointed. So what's the law here? The dynastic law. Oldest direct line from the founder inherits. Which would move it to Duke Tiberius being in charge. Okay. You know what? I think for the sake of the realm, we will happily be bribed. This is, of course, going to piss off the heir apparent, but we'll take it. Money for science. Money for civics. I'm tempted to go science, but I think the civics will help with a bunch of stuff. We're a little low on civics. Okay, so that construction doesn't eat the disciple. So we've got the disciple sitting around. So we can get you to build a Jewish temple there. Build a warm baths here for the happiness. Rubber mill there. Spearman that we arguably probably don't need at this point, but move you out to the front and sleep you. Okay, the Elder Poet is done. I'm going to grab a Jewish disciple here because we can send them westward. We don't have Judaism there yet. We do there. We do there. I can also have the disciples remove Christianity, I suppose. Because the Christians are getting a little grumpy. Again. Okay. Oh, we still have the silver miner to get here. Silver mine obviously isn't electric resource, but it's just something valuable. And then we'll follow that up with the walls. Call that good for the moment there. Okay, we're gonna go from 6 to 7, 3 years out, 8, 9. I think that's moving towards 10, yeah. So we're definitely moving on the elder specialists. Discover the manor. Okay. engineers in short supply. Carpenters make many things possible. Important to have a well-rounded education. This is the bonus to siege and ship. Siege and ship. So this is bonus combat. I think this is bonus XP. Not too worried about siege or ship at the moment, so we're actually going to just be well-rounded. Protocol marriage. A difficult decision lies before you, breaking all protocol. Both Ascom and Assyria have sent an offer of marriage to your son, dude, Scipio. Would the heckler or the builder be preferred? So Ascom is in last. It's probably the weakest. Assyria, on the other hand, is probably someone we want to be fairly friendly with because they're fairly strong, and we're not really in a good position to maybe fight them. So we're gonna favor Assyria. He's probably also the better marriage candidate. Anyway. Heir education. Time passes quickly. We got a new heir that needs an education decision. So put him in tactics. Time moves on. Reputations are a fickle thing. Pompeia, the hero, has held hers for a long time, but the cracks are showing. For those few these days turn to her for inspiration or answers. When she'd spoken of it all, it's only new and probing questions about her true deeds and motives. Align yourself with her detractors, or stay carefully silent. This was the rising star, which is no longer a rising star. Okay. I want the civics here. We're gonna go with the civics. Thieving monkey. Our adorable cult monkey keeps getting into trouble. He steals jewelry from the palace chambers and brings them to you as a gift. Our advisors are not pleased. We can return it up for opinion boost with little families. We'll do that. Remote Governor Marcus the Judge. We gain strict cunning. If we had estates, unlocks caravan access. Units with caravan access can enables caravan units with caravan access. City. Oh, that's what I want to know. Move land of water. Conduct a caravan mission. Let's pick up caravan access. What's our culture here? Developing. Yeah, you're a bit far off from trying to get you high enough to be contributing. Working towards cohorts and martial code. Spoked wheel is along that way, so that's the one we're going to pick. It's also expected to be done in a year, so it's not a bad choice. We have strong culture here. Right now expected to get to legendary in 44 years. Tempted to grab another worker. Yeah, let's grab another worker here. Try to get that one growing a bit faster. Tempted to do Council 4 here, so we've got a source of civics in case we need to spend civics on stuff. Yeah, let's do Council here. Basically kicks it to the next turn. So we're going to lose all the civics here for this turn, but we're going to get converted into... Oh, 100%. So the civics is basically going to pass through. Pass through on the civics, pass through on... and 100% bonus on civics, training, and money. The cost of, I think it eats the default civics. Turn. Or maybe it just passes through. Looks like it just passes through. Okay. Oh, we got another crab there. Let's grab the sea resource. Oh, I had a worker coming over here to connect the two cities. So I need someone to go there and build a road, please. Oh, there's more pearls down there. That's nice. So Spoked will clear. We'll see if we got any of the other ones we need to follow up on coming up behind it. Is an option? Yes. Trade event. In hard-won negotiation, the diplomat has secured an offer of famed Syrian literature. It will not come cheaply, however. We got the training to spare. We'll give him the training. We can now pick up a chancellor. Yeah, we probably want to pick up battle line. Battle line is a prerequisite for cohorts. That's why. We'll pick up ourselves a chancellor. Okay, I think that's the most well-rounded one. And I got the literature to spend somewhere. Homecoming. Servant arrives explaining that the heir is on his way home to the palace. Prince Tiberius has been away for years studying philosophy and seeing the world. Many see his return as a sign that the nation has a promising future. Gain science and XP on Tiberius. Yeah, let's just grab the raw science. Okay, got a Jewish disciple here. We could purge Christianity, but that's not what we're going to do. Yeah, probably just do the temple into the monastery. So that's half an order. That's nice. That's also some culture. That's some more research. And then from the city standpoint, back to its idol, I'd like you to build us a worker. What is the state of our laws? We don't have all the laws that we could pick up. If we picked up more, we can be making choices here. culture in every city is very tempting. Oh, that requires voltaic. So the ones that we can pick up to pick a divine rule versus legal code, we probably do legal code. I think we pick up volunteers versus professional army. Okay, I'm not feeling too rushed to grab more civics. We got the 7 that we need for our strongholds. Citadels. So what do I want to pick up then? Another worker or more science? Let's start developing the archives here for the science. Oh, I forgot to distribute the luxury. Whoops. Seeking knowledge. We can acquire... Oh no, they acquire scholarship. I get iron. Food. Stone. Or don't give them anything. These are the people we like the least. And if I was to go to war with anyone, it'd be them. So I'm actually just going to straight up tell them no. You don't get anything. Culture in Rome. Commission a large public mural. I think we're going for the large public mural. Strong cultural event in Bononia. Connected to Rome. All the most fashionable families in Bononia have been commissioning paintings from a talented new artist. Shall the court consider new artistic projects? Yes, go ahead and put a public mural in that city. Tragedy, oh tragedy, the Odon is finished. A poet of great renown has written a new tragedy to be performed at the Odon in Pompeii. The poet has reworked a number of Roman myths, placing the hubris of man and the justice of gods at the fore. The gods are shown to be stern and yielding to the plight of the people tossed around by fate. One scene in particular shows Jupiter to be unrelentingly cruel despite the criticism of the priests. The poet promises that it is merely a part of the narrative arc, but they will become benign protectors of the worthy in the next play. Hire the poet to our court. Personally commission the next play yourself to get extra culture. Or stop the play from being shown. No, we're going to personally commission the next play here. We want extra culture. Aspirations of Governor Vribris the Orator. Time has honed his abilities as well as his taste for power. He can become corrupt and become known as the Viper. Or he can become strict and become cruel. I'm probably rich enough I can handle corrupt people, so I'll take corrupt. I probably do want the temple wherever I can build it for... Temple or the... I think it's the temple. The temple provides an order? Or I'm misreading that. Yeah, the temple provides a half order. Because temples provide half an order, yeah. Your completed workers are going to work working over here. Okay. Wouldn't take much to get that discontent level back to happiness. So let's grab a festival to do that. Florentinia. Let's start working on monks. We wanted to. Which is more culture, so that would help with the culture side of things. We were trying to get you to be the one. At which point we need more food for the follow-up levels. A little low on food. Of course, we're working on it, so yeah, we'll go apprentice monk. Hopefully remember to come back to the other levels. You just finished an elder poet. Okay. In 3 years, we'll be at discontent level, or happiness level 1, so discontent 1. Let's go archives for more science. And get the workers moving around. I think I want to build the temple here, so build the temple. Is that enough for you to be able, or do I need to wait until it's done? I need to wait until it's done. That's 5 turns out. Bit of a shame. Well, am I not allowed to drain the swamp? Swamps are not considered habitable land. Okay. That's a bit of a shame. What type of governor do we have here? We don't. Fair enough. So, that one in, we now have a builder archetype. And add urban tiles. I forget what the requirement is for adding urban tiles, but we probably do want to add some. I think that's just I can build urban wherever I want. I remember. Yeah, let's use the tooltips here for now. The workers can build improvements. 50% production time for workers, and leader can add urban tiles. Okay, so what does that mean? Might still need to follow normal adjacency rules. That's probably what it means. I still need to follow the normal adjacency rules. Okay. So we can replace the mine, build a shrine, courthouse. We probably want like the theater. Yeah, let's replace this mine with a theater. Road to culture and happiness. Again, we need to get this going up towards legendary. We're 42 turns out right now. That's not quite quick enough for my preference. We're at happiness level 1, so we're not too worried about the happiness. Although that does decrease city upkeep and improve happiness, or improve growth rate. Of course, improved growth rate is actually making the food problem worse, I suppose. Okay, you scoot over tile, build the road. So that city's now connected. So I think all our cities are now connected, yeah. Whether by the sea or by roads between rivers. Okay, that's a weird place for a granary, but there's a granary there already left over from the Egyptians. We'll take advantage of it. Okay, 13 spare orders. I do have a luxury that I should distribute, so let's go find a place worth distributing. In fact, I don't need any more in the capital anymore, so let's pull them out of the capital. Luxuries also provide culture. There we go. Capital's still happy even with the luxuries pulled out. You're strong. Probably want to have one that's farther along. Okay, let's put one in here so you're positive. Yeah. Send literature, send lavender. Okay. I could put more here just to speed up the culture generation, but you're at 42. You're at 160. Developing. Actually getting less happy right now, so that's a argument to put. There we go. Everything's distributed. We're happiness positive in most places. I think happiness positive in every place, actually. Yeah, some places are still discontent from when they weren't happy earlier, but they're now all gaining. What did I spend? I'm moving the stuff around to use up the orders. That's good. That's kind of what we were aiming for. Let's end the turn. There we go. Complete the battle line. Travel alliance is over. Luxurious trade. Developing culture. Emperor Wajet. Get pearls. Dyes. We are interested in dyes. I will take dyes. Oh, this is actually a coastal resource. Okay. So we'll have to send a worker to go dyes it usable. Okay. Big city less happy, but purge out some of the Christian religion. The Christians could like us worse, but they could like us better as well. Basically focus everyone on the one religion that actually likes us. Okay, so the road is in here. We did realize we want these nets going, so get those nets going. There's a temple, so let's cross the road, cross the... Oh, you gotta follow urban adjacency rules as well, do you? Okay. Okay, that's not a concern. Just means I need to build what's on one side of the border before the other side of the border. So when both of these are done, I can put the temple there, and I can put the monastery there. So both temples will be bonusing both of the monasteries, which can bonuses for being next to the temples. And then tech-wise, you should work on Porcolus, because that's working towards one of our goals. Also gets us Spy Master. Yeah, Porcolus, Stirrups, Martial Code. Cohorts is now something we can pull. Obviously, we should research it as soon as we can pull it. Unless we're being offered, like, Stirrups. Get a Martial Code. And then I've got 15 orders left. Pick up governors if possible. Here. Oops. Okay. Immortal Mysteries. Recent visit to Florentinia. Your son, Duke Scipio, is initiated in the mysteries of a local cult. Some of the following initiates have returned to the capital with the young prince, and the group are regularly gathering in the palace for drunken revelry. Can start partaking in the rituals, or allow him to become wanton, corrupt, or debauched. We'll piss him off. Earthquake started in Egypt to shake down the defenses of Gebatu, lie ruined in the wake of an earthquake. The Roman forces stand, coincidentally or not, poised nearby. In order to aware of both of these realities, perhaps this can be played to our advantage. Demand a generous tribute in exchange for your currency of truce. You must seize the moment, also specifically the city. Let them rebuild. The time is not right. I think I'm leaning towards let them rebuild. The time is not right. Yeah, we could send the troops rolling in, but do I need to? The goals that we got for ourselves right now do not say stab these guys, so we're not going to. Yeah, you got no coastal stuff, so probably don't want camps and nets. Although you're governor, so sure, take pathfinding. Governor, Delver, affable, frugal. Frugal's maybe a little tempting, because it's 50% cheaper improvements in the zone. Although, there's maybe not very many more improvements we can do in the zone. Yeah, we'll just do Frugal. Oh, we don't have enough culture level here to build what I was thinking. Yeah, the more midland I should probably... The hills in here we should probably turn into mines. We're a little low on iron income. We're also a little low on food income, but it's a little bit too hilly for good food here. Okay, I think with that, we're a Jewish nation everywhere. Oh no, we still got one up here that's actually Christian and not Jewish. Christian and not Jewish. Okay. So we're up to strong, 38 years out from legendary. Got an ode on the theater. Can this worker build the next culture one? Or do I need the next culture level for that? Theater. Oh no, we've already got the amphitheater. I have it already, that's why I can't build it. Fair enough. And we have the citadel. Okay, so there's the argument to start working our way up the library line. Let's do that. And then do what we can to boost the rate we're going up in culture. Grab some inquiries for extra science and extra culture generation. Not bad plan. Okay, lots of spare orders. Not necessarily a good place to spend them. Although, am I equipped? Oh, that's the thing we can do. We can run around and upgrade all the militia can get upgraded. This is costing us orders and training, both of which we have. Well, improving the military readiness of the nation as we get attacked. Don't get any militia there. We hit you already. I think I've been all the way around. Yeah. Upgrade the spearmen yet. We don't happen to have you in a city but the Citadel. Although we did... Oh, and that cost iron. I don't have that whole iron. Fair enough. Don't think we have the archer upgrade. No. Well, thinking about this. The guys we got on over here can be promoted. Yeah. Oh, and in multiple ways than one. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna do, unless we got more archery movement I want to do. Pull you off, put you someplace else where we could be using it to speed up culture generation. So let's pull the olives back there. Okay, so you'll be legendary in 2. I'll give us a second legendary city, so which is... You're 81. You're 35. You're 38. Okay, so 35 is the next best. Drop the olives here, which saves us a whole 2 turns. Yeah. Maybe not enough, but we'll see. Okay, let's go for Portcullis. Makes many promises. Judaism is the soul of Rome. Imagine what could be accomplished with a trusted ally of the Queen at its head. All that requires a little well-placed aid and support. We'll see if that actually results in any future events. Okay, so none of these are going the way we want. The question here is, do we do a re-roll to try to get the one we want? I might as well just pick up Sovereignty, because it's going to complete a turn. Which I think the same as a re-roll for us. Oh, let's check. I need one more Elder. Do we have an Elder in the queue somewhere? Yes. 2 turns out we'll have our last Elder, which means we can't fail the ambition at this point. I suppose the Queen could die in 2 turns, and within 2 turns, and we would get the lesser version of it, but for victory purposes, that's the same thing. Thinking about grabbing another worker down here to get the library going faster, but no. Looks like I get the worker done in like... Yeah, the worker won't be done fast enough. Grab the moat to fortify the place a little bit better. Okay, we've already elected that we don't... For the happiness here. Don't need the luxuries here, except for the increase the discontent faster. Pull them here, because I want to put them someplace else to increase. Alright, we get this one up to legendary. Down to 28 turns. Basically putting all the conscripts back on sleep. Okay. We can also pick ourselves up a spy master. Sure. Let's go with that one. Don't wanna make the cities unhappy. We need 2 turns. We're gonna complete an ambition. Do what we can to work towards cohorts and martial code. And then universities again. We need a 3rd legendary city. This is the closest to getting there. And then obviously I need to build all the way up to level 3 on the library line. Discovered sovereignty. Okay. Tickets of the dead. Amelia dies. Okay. Soon after the news, looking for Amelia's death arrives. Your spy master slides out of the shadows with information about the deceased. Messages found after death reveals that had a rather more intimate relationship with the Viper than was commonly known. Viper quickly confesses when confronted and begs for your help. 2 lovers were meeting under the guise of Jewish worship, blackmailing the head of the religion into silence. Now the clergy are threatening to expose the crimes of the dead. So if I get plus 40, that'll actually bring us up another level with Judaism. Versus... You're not the head of the... So it would just be you personally wouldn't like it. Now we're going to reveal the truth. There we go. Bigger bonus with Judaism. All the Jewish cities are happier. There's only one that's missing. There's Jewish. Related to culture event Hispalis. Hispalis, yeah. Save the gold for later. Training or civics. We're going to grab civics. We're really low on civics. The calling of God. Encourage him to follow the calling, become blessed, inspiring, pious, ascetic, or insane. Insist that he didn't hear God. Become estranged, but okay. Now we're gonna encourage him to follow it. Hopefully, he does not become insane. Protocol marriage. This is Egyptians was the Haitian, the Hatti. We prefer the Hatti. Okay. So we kick him out, replace him with the head of religion. Of course, we just pissed him off, so that's probably a bad idea anyway. If we had civics. We don't have that much civics. We can pay off the remaining priests to shore up support. In which case... our ambassador... Okay, maybe having the head of the religion as the ambassador. Oh, diplomat. I know. Why is he... Is there anything else? Anyway. So we got 3 different options. Or no, this has gone too far. We have just pissed you off. So it's maybe not a good idea to empower you. Just make you extra disappointed. Where can I see your opinion? I mean, to be fair, we could just go with send in the proverbial troops and make him the head of the religion, but I suspect that would come back to bite me in the butt. Well, actually, his opinion of 2 versus cautious of 60. I got the mic. We're gonna bribe, and we're going with that. So he's now the head of the religion, which has actually dropped the opinion of Judaism a little bit. Whoops. Okay, so we need cohort for our quest, so we should go with cohort. We didn't get presented with the one for martial code, the prerequisite martial code either. 3 exotic furs is tempting, but not going to turn it down. Okay, so you've built that, go over there, develop the pasture. When you're done with the worker, we want you to do the fisher. So 7 turns out, we'll have a luxury there. Okay. Oh, I should put another part break in. Yeah, so we're going to complete that one ambition, and then we're probably going to put the part break in. The Elder Doctor, I think, is about to complete. We should complete our 7th ambition. Yeah. Speaks of a direct connection with God, is counted among the nation's pious. Cool. Control 10, Elder Statesman. Send you into exile. Great Minister accepting bribes. Yep, you're going into exile. Take up robust from orders. Not that we need them right now in peace. So this is probably a good place to put a part break in. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll have another part up tomorrow. We did get that one ambition done. We got 2 more pending here. We're working on the first half of one of them. And to be fair, we're getting pretty close to working on the universities. I think we're going to do the second to last building we need in the capital to get the university. So we're going to build the academy here. Once we have the academy done, I should be able to... Oh, I'm going to have to get another one done. Okay, it's fine. But yeah, we should be able to very quickly get at least the first university done. The other 2 are going to take a little bit. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, they'll be put up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break to go ahead and make a new cup of tea. It is, once again, tea time. Because I'm going to make this cup of tea disappear. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.